What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Dead in Bermuda. My name is Splattercat. Very happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and play this immensely satisfying little game. I think we're finally out of the back end of the death spiral that hits around day 18 to day 20-ish, and it happens to everybody, so it's not just me. Like, unless you plan perfectly and you also get really good rolls on your research and whatnot, it seems like just about everybody I've talked to had this exact same problem, and either they lived through it or they didn't by just like grinding it out and based on luck. And so since we made it through, what we're looking for now is we keep being really unlucky in our fishing pools. We keep getting like 10 fish right before we go to bed at night, which means half of it rots before we can actually cook it. What we need is a good fishing pool first thing in the morning, and if we can make that happen, we'll be able to catch up. Everybody will be fed. We'll be able to backstock a couple of meals and keep things looking wonderful. So for right now, I got Yuri moved over to here, even though his fatigue is a little bit high for the moment. I'm slightly worried about the way that's going to play out. I'm going to try and have an antidepressant day right now. I'm going to try and get everybody's depression down. In addition, I would also like to fix her sickness. So I think I'm going to go ahead and we're going to use that on her. And then on top of that, we're going to use the fishing thing on him, which I thought I already did, but I don't know. Either way, sometimes the game can be a little bit weird. Let's go ahead, and Yuri got the 2 meals done. I don't know actually what the max is that he's going to be able to cook. I've never tested it, but he's got a pretty high cooking skill, so I would assume he'll probably be able to cook 5 or 6 fish at a time, hopefully. Depression needs to go down on this end. If we can fix depression, it puts us in a really strong spot to go do other things. And so if I can get everybody's depression back down to green by just avoiding doing work as much as possible, that'd be great. I just need to take a day and get this fixed. Good pull? 5 fresh fish. That'll do it. That will do it. That'll give us enough. It's not a lot, but it's enough. And that's all that I care about for right now. With our fire, how low is our fire right now? It's at 39%, so it's not going to go out tomorrow. Since her depression is down a little bit, I'm going to put her back on, you know what, focus on everything. I don't even care. Get whatever you can, and we'll just use it as time goes along. I'm not going to explore for a little bit. His depression is high, but you know what? I'm just going to, basically, I'm going to sacrifice people here and focus on this side on just getting depression taken care of. Once his fatigue is no longer a problem, didn't I fix that already? How is his fatigue back up by 50% already? Or his depression? Like, it's almost pointless using the items on your character because every single night it seems like they just generate a shit ton of depression anyways, and it's like, what do you even do? Like, how do you even fix that? You know what I mean? Like, it's a problem. So he's gonna make, oh, he only made 3 meals. That's not good. But he made, oh, he made 2 bad meals. Okay. So that's not amazing, but he made a couple of tasties, so I guess we'll take it for right now. I need depression to keep on going down, and if people can just keep that ratcheted in on, that'd be great. Their fatigue is not really being worked on right now, but, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? If we can get a good pull right here, it'll be okay. 9. So there it is. Most of that's going to rot before morning, but we'll have a chance to cook it. It'll be okay. Tomorrow we'll get somebody on it, and we'll see if we can make it happen. You've also got a little bit of fruit to get us by. So 3 wood right there, 1 stone. We're going to get 2 ropes. And then 2 medicinal plants, which is also good because our sickness has been creeping up on us. And so I think if we could take care of that, it's also going to be an important thing to watch. What's that? I knew it! I knew some of our food reserves disappeared. Are there any positive events aside from like the talky ones? It seems like so frequently we just get negative events over and over and over again. Like in the negative, it's not even that. It's that the positive events are so much less helpful than the negative events are damaging. But I guess that's realistic. Nobody remembers the good. Everybody remembers the bad. Calm down, Jacob. So Bob, what do you have to say? Sorry, guys, I was too hungry. It felt like I was dying inside. I'm not like you. My body is used to a lot of food each day. Yeah, that's some murderous stuff right there. Like, that's the kind of stuff that gets you killed. I don't care if you're hungry. You eat your ration, and everybody gets theirs, and you shut up and you deal with it. You don't steal food from the rest of the group. That's like, we're about to take you out back and beat you to death with sticks, basically. I understand, Bob, but understand if we want to live together in peace, we have to make sacrifices. Let's say you made your mistake. Don't make another one. Thanks. I'm very disappointed at you, Robert. Very disappointed. Well, Bob's hunger went down, though. And we really didn't lose that much, so that's not that terrible. We got meals this time around, so we should be able to feed people. Let's go all in on these as best as we can. Since Bob doesn't need a meal, he's going to be cut out of the loop. Anybody with a skull gets it first. And we will just keep working on it. That's about the best that we could do. We got some nasty food right there. I'll probably take that and... oh, I don't know. Her sickness goes down all by its lonesome, so I don't really mind giving her extra rations. And then we'll see what happens in the next day. So... I think we should be all right, though. I think we should be all right. I really, really think we could turn this around. I'm confident of it. So we got 5 fish to turn in right here. His depression is getting a little out of control. I'm going to let him cook once, and then we don't have any chocolates or anything left to really sort of dig him out of this situation. So unfortunately, I'm going to go ahead and restoke the flames as well. How's his looking? He's looking okay. Depression's pretty bad on this side. His is getting better, though, so that's a plus. So we have 5 fish over here. What's she going to be able to do by her lonesome? I'm going to bring him over here for 1 turn so that maybe we have a chance at getting a couple of extra fish while he gets his depression taken care of. I'm just going to keep working on everybody's depression. That's all that I can do for right now. And then on the next go around, we'll put him by the fire, and we'll probably swap her out maybe to cook 1 time, and then we'll just see where it goes. Looks pretty good to me. I mean, we've got kind of like a rough rotation running right now that seems to be working. I don't care about the water supplies. I'll fix those later. Calm down, Chief. It'll be okay. So we lost some fresh fish right there, and then he made average meals and a couple of tasty meals. Not the best that could have happened, but you know what? I'll take it. His fatigue's going to be high, though. They're going to work on their depression, which is going to be really, really good. I think his depression went up because he got caught stealing food, though, so it might be something that's fixable. Fatigue's down a little bit on her. He got positive mind, which means his depression goes away almost twice as fast, 1.5. We got 2 fresh fish right there. Little bit of a downer, but I think we could balance it out. He got 4 fruit on that side. I'm going to make water supplies in just a minute, and we'll sort it out. On this side, she's got 4 more wood taken care of. I'm going to try and get the flame stoked as best as possible. 2 medicinal plants is also good because I need to go through and make sure that everybody that's sick is... Oh, wow, her sickness is really high. So here, let's take you, and let's get you down to like the next threshold and just keep on it. We really have no choice over here. If we picked up a little bit of extra wood, actually, you could focus on medicine if you think you can bring it back. You only get 3, though. That's the thing, is if you have no particular focus, it really seems to be a lot more beneficial to sort of just like graze and not even worry about it. Can you cook? No, you can't cook. Can you cook? No, you can't cook. I was trying to give her a reprieve, but we're not going to have a choice here. We're not going to have enough meals anyway, so it's going to be a little bit troublesome. Keep working on that depression, everybody. Just keep it moving. Water supplies. How low are they? Are they actually low, or do we have like... Oh, water supplies are basically fine. I mean, I'll take it up to like 4 more days worth. Save the fruit for later because we're going to need it. 2 fresh fish down right there. She's going to make 2 normal meals, which is a little bit unfortunate. I was hoping we get some tasty meals out, but that's not the way life goes sometimes. A lot of this game is heavily determined just sort of by RNG, and sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. It is what it is. It's going to take him forever to get his depression fixed, by the way. I am not happy about that, but it's not something that I can readily change all by my lonesome. 1 fresh fish out right there. Not the best pull. We might have to go hungry for a day. We got enough fruit right now to where I think we could balance it out a little bit. Got 10 fruit. So that's going to be a combined 50% extra. 1 medicinal plant. So I'm going to try and keep her just working on stuff. I mean, if I can just keep her mashing out a few more materials every single turn, we should be able to work our way down the chain. So you come from Russia. And Ilyana is your daughter? Nah. And Julia, her mother? Nyet, my wife, second one. First one dead. I'm sorry for your loss. She may be better up there than us down here, though. Any idiot can face a crisis. It's the day-to-day living that wears you out. Okay, good night. God, you guys are killing me right now. You guys are killing me with this shit. Alright, so hunger is really no longer an issue, which is kind of nice. Let's go ahead and deal with the people that are really, really high up. So we've got a 72 right there, and we've got a 72 right there. So that's going to get us a lot lower. 5 other meals that can go around to other people. And if I can get people down to sort of like yellow, that'd be fantastic. And so we're looking good on that side. We're looking good on that side. Let's keep everybody balanced out as best we can. Water supplies are good for the foreseeable future, so, you know, if I can take a day and fix hunger as much as possible, I think we will be alright. We're not fixing world hunger, but we're definitely fixing our hunger, so that'll be cool. I'll feed her some of the nasty slop. You remember back in the day you could eat dog food in Wolfenstein? That's what that little bowl reminds me of right there. In Wolfenstein, occasionally, the old Wolfenstein 3D, there would occasionally be dog food around. You could eat it if your health was low enough. You could also eat the blood and the water off the floor if your health was low enough. But in the later versions, I think they removed it. Alright, so fire intensity is still looking iffy. We keep getting hit really hard by the fire intensity, unfortunately. And we're not getting good rolls. When we put the wood in, we're not getting really good rolls. And when we're taking wood out, we're getting really bad rolls. There's nothing to cook right now, so time to work on depression for a little while, I guess. Actually, her fatigue is pretty bad, so let's take that on out. Her fatigue is fine, I think, right? Her fatigue is looking good. So I can basically have her help with whatever. I mean, we could really use the help over here. I'm going to go ahead and work on Alejandro's depression for right now because that got shot up a little bit. Info on this side. Let's keep putting points into fishing. So we got 83 in right there. We should still have pretty good luck with that, though. I mean, I don't get why... So he's got 71. We're only pulling 7s out right there, huh? A little bit disappointing, but what are you going to do? His depression's high enough to where I'm starting to worry about it pretty heavily. Next day we go, I guess. Not a whole lot of other things to fix. Luckily enough, his depression seems to diminish pretty rapidly, so we should be able to swap people out pretty fast, like Ileana or whoever. He's got a hiking fan. Okay, that's good. They got along while they were doing that, so that's nice. Her fatigue's going to go down a bit. 5 fresh fish right there, which is definitely an acceptable pull. 3 fruit on that side, which is not the best, but oh well, what are you going to do about it? And once I get this all fixed off, we should be able to resume exploring again. It's going to take some time, unfortunately. How's your sickness looking, by the way? Let's keep working on the people that have really high sickness. Like, if I can move that down slightly, that'd be fantastic if we could just get that fixed. And then for her, I'm going to use a spices on her so that she gets a little bit better. I keep feeling like the items keep coming back in my inventory, but I don't know. Weird stuff keeps happening. I'm confused by it, but I'm not going to question it because the world is a confusing place that makes me upset. I think he's good to go, so we can actually bring him back over here and have him go fishing. And if we luck out over there, we actually should be in really good shape. I'm going to keep them rotating on this side. His depression is still critically high. It's almost not even worth it to have him in here getting rid of his depression, but it's like you do what you can with what you have, I guess. 5 fresh fish down. We got 5 meals out. That's not the best result I could have asked for, but it is what it is, I guess. I'm not exactly sure why depression is so out of control in this group right now. It makes sense in the given... It must be because depression is just high anyways, and we keep getting bad events that raise everybody's depression by like 20. So I think if we could just ride it out, we'll be okay. He got heavy sleeper, which is nice. Another little tag to throw in there in case we need him to rest rapidly. He got 2 fresh fish on this side. We got 4 fruit on that side, so we should still be able to fix things, I hope. On this end, I really need people to make tasty meals, and I'm not sure what's going wrong with that whole tasty meal thing. It's got to be a skill check is what I'm thinking. She got another constitution. Her fatigue's looking a little nasty for right now, but we should be able to take this one down, down, down. How was your day, Jacob? Quite well, madam. Thanks for asking. I never seem to run into you during the day. That's because one must be stealthy when walking around a jungle filled with dangerous beasts. You think the jungle is a threat to us? Sure, madam. We can't rely on anything or anyone other than ourselves now. At least we can count on everybody in the little group. Oh, he's going to say something negative. Are you certain of that? Well, there's this Yuri, and I don't trust him. He looks like a thug. I'm sure he was in the Soviet army. My thoughts exactly. KGB agents are everywhere, madam. Despite what our government says, the war is still on. A frightening thought. I'll keep both eyes open. Oh, man. I mean, I suppose that's better than some of the bad things that could have happened during the day, so I will take it as an event versus others. We should be able to even out some hunger here, but we kind of had a rough go of it for a little bit. I'm not super stoked about throwing around a whole lot of fish right now, unless it's on people that are already sort of strong of stomach, I guess, like their sickness goes down on their own. So basically these two right here. Also her, the people who have high constitution seem to be okay with it. Got a little bit of hunger on this side, so I should be able to whittle this down a little further, I think, if I just keep it going. Our water supplies, I think, are secured for at least a couple more days, so we should be good there. Looking sexy. In we go. Yeah, we got 19 water, so we got 2 days worth of water left. We should be all right. Depression's pretty bad on this side, but if I can fix it up like now versus later, I think I'll be happy about it. I should be able to pull... Is she all right? She's good. She got 25 depression, but that's not so bad. She'll help out a little bit with the fishing. On this side, fatigue's bad. Let's go ahead and take her. I'd like to have her work on depression a little bit on that side. Her fatigue is high. How many fish do I have, out of curiosity? I made a wish to have a fish. Unfortunately, got an empty bottle. We got a little bit of wood left. We have one nasty food. We have a bunch of rot. So we have no fish right now, so there's no point having anybody cook. Let's go ahead and have her jump back into the depression circle too. And we'll just have people work at whatever they're good at for right now. I mean, not a whole lot of good things happen to us at the moment, but we can stay on top of it. Big old powwow on this side to get rid of depression. Technically, I could have people sit on the couch or whatever and get rid of their depression based on a bunch of their other stuff, but unfortunately, not going to be super useful right now. It's going to help out a little bit with fatigue on this side. We're staying on top of things, so I think it should be okay. Strong-willed, depression decreases slower. Oh, increases slower. Okay, that's better. That's unfortunate right there. Got 5 fish, though, so that's pretty cool. That'll help us make a couple meals tonight. And then if we could get a decent amount of fruit on this side, I think we won't really have much to worry about. So with the 5 fish, I would absolutely love to have somebody come over here and make this all better. Yuri, I worry about. That rhymed, and I didn't even really mean to make it do so, but he seems to have better luck making better meals, and it's probably due to his 72 cooking skill. I'd like for people to level a little bit faster, but actually, Alejandro's looking good. Put him over here and let him rest for a day, and we'll put him back on basket duty in a little bit. Her depression's good too. Let her rest. So -3 fresh fish. We got 3 tasty meals out, and then we got 2 good meals. Okay, so that'll be nice. 0 barely edible stuff. That means tonight we should be able to feed the people who are getting a little bit too out of control with their problems. Jacob, it seems like a waste to even work on his depression at all, but I don't really know how to fix him. I mean, he sits around all day fishing, and just generally it's weird that he's making friends with the person who's trying to kill him right now. In the storyline, she's a KGB agent who's trying to whack somebody here. Oh, 5 more fresh fish. Well, that'll be good. That'll help out, so I can prioritize who gets what, and that should help out a little bit. The fruit never goes bad either. It's non-perishable, so that's a nice thing to have. Cross your fingers for a good event. Psst. Here, take this. I heard your stomach grumping. I have some food in my personal reserve in case of emergency. You can have one. And say nothing about it. It's going to be our secret. Oh, cool. So he helped out with Ileana's hunger. That's great. That's really, really good. Unfortunately, it does it before it calculates, but that's fine. Whatever. Not a big deal. So who's highest up on the list? We got you, sir. Madam. And that leaves us with her. Finally playing catch up on this hunger. Man, it feels good too, doesn't it? It feels so good to finally be making some headway here. I'm going to keep the fruit, and for right now, I'm going to feed him a little bit of fish to sort of even him out and make him better at his job. Her sickness goes down all by its lonesome. This is probably, the reason I do that is because this is probably going to rot on us anyways, and so it's like, it seems like you don't really have much of a choice. We have very little water left. Our fresh fish became, yeah, barely edible stuff. So unfortunately, we kind of just got to keep hustling and hoping we don't get a bad roll that... Hey, depression's finally fixing permanently. That's good. That's nice. We got nothing to cook over here, so let's keep talking with everybody and making everything better like so. Got 10 fish coming in from that side. Their fatigue is looking all right. I think fatigue is looking a little nasty on her. So what I'll do is I'll bring this back over here. And I'll bring her back over here. And we're just going to go full bore on trying to get some fruit out of this thing. Basically, we're doing a whole lot of like civic stuff right now, just trying to fix people up. And if we can get it done, then it means we're going to have kind of a very sort of unadulterated expansion experience afterwards. I'm going to go ahead and use all the fruit on water supplies for right now. I'm just going to hope that we come out really, really well on depression today. At the very least, it gets their fatigue down a little bit, so, you know, I mean, at least we get something out of that deal. On this side, 3 fresh fish. Not an amazing pull, but hey, it'll have to do for right now. Got 9 fruit right there, so that'll help out. 45% hunger that we can get rid of. I think on average it goes up by about 80% every day for your entire group combined. And so since we're looking at really sort of additive forces here that are troublesome, I think we should be okay. She has leveled up a little bit better. I don't want you to use an item. Let's go ahead and look at your info and see what we can do here. I do think that she could benefit from either cooking or from harvesting. It really comes down to where we want to put the points at. I'll probably put some points into cooking. I mean, I'd like to get cooking up to like 100 on everybody. And if we could get it up high enough, I think we'll really have like a solid chance of being able to cook everything that we have here. I'm going to let Yuri have a little bit of an opportunity to rest for a while. Have her cook up what we caught this morning. It's not going to be much, but it's something. And then you guys keep working on your depression because we really have nobody else to focus on here. Your fatigue is kind of but I think you would benefit more from depression dropping here. Oh my god, it feels so good to have these meters taken care of. You guys have no idea. I'm so happy right now that we're finally like making some sort of leeway or some sort of headway with all of this. Not leeway that I'm looking for. So we got right there. That actually comes back from when you have an object. You have the leeward side of the object or you have the stoss of the object, and the leeward is the side I think that faces the wind, as I recall. And so it means that you got a little bit of leeway. It means that the wind's giving you a break. We got 2 fish out right there. It was a bad fishing day. But fishing is almost entirely RNG in this game. Like, you have a 0 to 10. You know, you have a 1 in 10 chance of getting skunked, and you have like a 1 in 10 chance of doing really well. Julia, I don't think we're going to survive. No? You should be happy. You'll finally meet your mother again. Damn, what a bitch. I don't believe in heaven. I think that you just turned back into a stack of atoms to be recycled into another form. Your consciousness is switched off like a TV screen. Yeah, whatever. You won't get a boyfriend if you talk like a nerd, you know. I think it's too late for that. I'll never experience a relationship. Don't seem to make people happy, though. I may not miss something that big. Sigh, why am I even bothering to talk to a child? You don't even know what you're talking about. I'm sure that Alejandro would make you happy. What? No. Shut your mouth and leave me alone. Kids are fun, after all. A big old grip of depression right there we're going to have to deal with tomorrow. For right now, though, we got meals. We can keep the people who are super hungry away from starving and back down to where we need them to be. I think these fish are probably going to go bad anyway, so we might as well feed them to somebody. Well, there it is. I'm going to let it sit for now. We've got enough fruit to go around, so I mean, I could balance everybody out with a little ration of fruit, I guess. Take the edge off what's gone wrong here. Yeah, it seems alright. We'll save the rest. Down we go. Fire's down to 16%. We've got a bunch of rot going on, but we got enough fruit to last a while, so we should be able to tread water for a little bit here. With depression. Her depression's good, so let's go ahead and fix her fatigue. Her sickness is actually kind of getting out of control. So, once her fatigue's taken care of, I may have somebody go out and look for medicinal herbs so that we can focus on... Oh, his sickness is pretty bad, too. Yikes. Well, it's something to focus on, I guess. Depression's at 32%, one thing at a time. One thing at a time, one thing at a time, one thing at a time. Yeah, sickness is pretty bad for just about everybody. It's because it's going up by like 1% every day. And so essentially that's going to be our new problem that we have to deal with. I'll do my best with it, but there's not a whole lot I can do as of right now until we get this all taken care of. So our water supplies, 20%. Okay, so they're 28. Fire supplies, we have enough wood to knock that back upwards. Let's go ahead and see if we can fix up some final depression here. Get people down a little ways. Fatigue's looking better. He got secretive, so new traits are discovered slower. Interestingly enough, not what I expected. Over here on this side, fatigue's going to go down. I love it when games have meters that tick down. I don't know why I like that so much, but I hate it when games have meters that just like jump down on their own. I don't know, it bothers me. I like it when a game has like a meter that just goes tick, 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 tick. I do it with money too. Like when I get money in an MMO or in a video game, I like it when the money goes tick, 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 tick upwards. It makes me happier. If it just like goes from 16 up to 85, that's not as fun. I like it to tick upwards. It makes me happy. I'm going to throw him in the relaxation shack. And on this side, she's good to go. So it may be time to get somebody in here and start scavenging again. I'm going to put him on cooking for the night. And anybody that is good at scavenging. Who do I have here that can scavenge? Alejandro's a little tired. I mean, he's good at scavenging, or at least he's average at it. If we do it like this, I think we need to focus on herbal remedies. If we get 7 or 8 of those to turn for a little while, I think we'd be in really, really good shape. Got a little bit of stuff going on over here. Bob needs to be leveled. He looks like he's going to be my fish bot for a while, so I'm just going to keep him, you know, not a Shaz bot, a fish bot, for those of you out there that played Tribes. Shazbot. That was one of my favorite things to spam. Shazbot, 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 Shazbot. Makes me happy. Her depression's all better. I need somebody to keep talking to him, though, so that we can fix that. And we'll work on sickness next. I mean, I think sickness is going to be the next really, really big thing that we have to hit as hard as we can. -3, so we got 3 tasty meals right there, and then we got 2 normal meals. That'll be enough to keep us evened out for the night. We've got fruit laying around, too, so I think we should be okay. It also doesn't discount whatever they're going to catch tonight, so... Alright, they fought while they were losing their depression. That seems a little weird, but whatever. Not going to question it. Never question a good thing followed by a bad thing, I guess. 4 fresh fish right there. So that's... I hope it keeps till tomorrow. That's the best that I... Ooh, we got a low roll right there, so that's unfortunate. Can't really do much about that, and I was hoping we get a good roll, but the roll seems to be going against us right now. Hey, Bob, could you give me a hand here, please? We got to carry all our stuff from here to there. Can you help me if you have nothing to do? Nope, I have nothing to do. As you wish, boss. Thanks, but I'm not your boss, Bob. Looks like it, though. Alejandro, can you come here for a moment? Jacob and I can't agree on tomorrow's planning. We need your opinion, and quickly. Jacob said that he's leaving us if we don't find a compromise. All right, Alice, calm down. I'm coming. Sorry, Bob. Can you take care of the rest? Thanks, man. I already had 1 boss at home. Now I got 2. I hate this kind of guys. I hate these kind of guys. It reminds me of college. They always make you feel worse than him. Always first in everything, the big sensation, and nobody gives a shit about you. Easier to talk and boss everybody around than carry this stupid stuff, huh? Good excuse every time. Well, that's better than all the other things that could have gone wrong. Yeah, sickness is getting a little out of control right now. We need to focus on it pretty heavily. You can get a medicine shack that'll help fix that up. But for right now, let's get the big meals in on everybody that's not feeling good. And then we'll go highest to lowest with everybody on these meals. Got 4 fish laying around. All we could really do is hope that it lasts the night. Can't say much more than that. And so we still have 2 fish left over. That'll be alright. We'll have somebody cook it up. It'll be okay. I know it'll be okay. So we need people to scavenge, and we need people to be on top of this. His fatigue is a little bit too high. And what I'd like to see is if we could put Yuri in scavenging duty over here, that'd be great. She's now rested and feeling good, so we can have her cook that right there. Alejandro needs to get his fatigue taken care of. Depression's not really an issue over here anymore, so I think we can finally get back to work. I'm going to put her on researching again. And then as far as he's concerned, sickness is a little bit ugly right now. So we do need to use some items to make this better. Otherwise, it's going to get a lot worse before it's over. I think we should, if we can get good rolls on our healing herbs over here. See, that's weird because Alejandro had a way lower scavenging than he does, and yet we get less herbs. Or was it 2 to 7? Remember if it was 2 to 7 or not. Our fire's going to go out soon, though, so we might want to focus on nothing in particular and just get, like, some of everything. Alright, 1 knowledge right there. Research moving on up. I think you get a medical tent, which you could put people in to lower their sickness. So I'm going to try and get that built next. We'll try and get some stuff put together. 2 tasty meals all nice and done. Very, very good. Oh, wow, this episode's gone long. My bad, I wasn't even paying attention. I'm just, like, zoning out and playing the game right now, and it's causing me issues. 1 fresh fish on that side. Yeah, that is kind of heartbreaking. That's a really bad roll. That's a super unfortunate roll. That is not what I was looking for here. Got some stone, got some rope, got some medicinal plants, so that'll be nice. I gotta make sure I'm gonna try and focus on 1 person at a time, I think, with sickness, unless, I don't know. It goes up by a little bit each turn, so I don't really know what the best strategy is. He's at 46, so he's definitely the highest. Let's keep slamming medicinal herbs down into him, and hopefully he'll get better before it gets worse. There it is. We only got the 1 fish. I don't know if that's even worth the fatigue that she's going to get for cooking the 1 fish, but I'll leave her on it. Hopefully we'll get a good pull right now, and then everything's going to be okay. In fact, I need Ileana to go get her depression down. His depression's looking good again, so we can put them both up in over here. See, it seems weird to me. I think the upper threshold gets diminishing returns, too. Like, the higher their skills are, the worse they be, essentially. So I think it's got a maximum threshold, basically. Like, I think 10 is probably the most you can get in a day. I'd like it if the lower threshold went up as your skills got higher, but the top threshold stayed the same. I know it would take some of the difficulty out of the game, but at the same time, it's like, at a certain point, you got to ease up on the player a bit and let him relax. We got skills to allocate here. Since I'm using him more for scavenging than anything else, I'm just going to keep him on it. We might have to go hungry tonight. A little bit disappointed about that. How's our water supply looking? Still good. We got 8 fruits, so I should be able to balance things out. Next. She's almost there with that. I'm hoping the next research will be good. I'm trying to get stuff together so that we can build the next upgrade super easily without having to worry about it too much. Her agility skill went up. Fatigue is still going up. Like I said, I wasn't sure if that fatigue was going to be worth it. I'm going to break it off right here. I will see you guys all next time. I'm going to let it go through its roulette. This game is called Dead in Bermuda. She got bright, so that's pretty good. This game is called Dead in Bermuda. If you like the game, you should check it out down below. Definitely support developers that do stuff like this, because if you don't, they go away and they don't make... Like, the guys are few and far between. They're making high-polished content that looks good, plays good, and is generally just a joy to be around. And so, in my opinion, you really got to support the guys that are doing stuff like this, because, you know, the punishment for not doing it is that you see a lot less good games. I'll see y'all later. Hi-do, everybody.